I think it's not fair, but sexual harassment never is.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I worked on it.
But I mean, like for this, like with Julie, like what's like, should she be impacted by this?
Yeah,
I guess is my question. Is this fair to her that her husband's missteps have caused her to rethink her career and ultimately step down from what is the biggest opportunity of her professional career?
Yeah, I mean, this is a really serious question, I think. And it's, I don't know, like, are you punished for, like, the sins of your partner or the sins of your father? And, like, where I grew up, like, my dad was a real rascal, to put it nicely. And I was from a small town. And you do get sort of punished for the sins of another. And is that fair? I don't know. It's really complex. It's a great question.
So we can take the money part out of it. They seem like they're going to be okay from the outside looking in. Obviously, she is connected to Big Brother as well as the talk, as well as being on there on TV for decades.
Yeah.
And then him, we're waiting to see what his final severance package is going to be. But they said he could get up to $200 million, roughly.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, you can give me all the money in the world. Look, it's all allegations. Nothing is firm here, but there's obviously a trend. So you feel like there's got to be some truth to this stuff. I feel bad for Julie Chen because she's obviously in a position where she's felt like she's been invested with this man for over a decade, almost 2 decades. They have children together. She's in a spot where she feels like she's aligned with this man, and it's a man that she never claims to have never known this part.
Yeah.
So how can she accept this part when it's something she's never known? And she's now got to be in a position where that home has to be a very fractured home right now, and her life moving forward is gonna be different than she ever knew it. It's gonna be really tough.
Tough, but also it's like that she is taking like some sort of responsibility. I don't know. It's almost like respect. I almost respect her. Like, oh gosh, it's so complicated.
Yeah,
so
and look, we talk about Julie Chen. How about the women who were in those situations with less? I mean, you talk about really feeling for somebody.
Yeah.
That's where the focus should go first and foremost.
Yeah.
There.
Some jokes there, poking fun at just society, some of the things we're dealing with. At some point, it's good to laugh at some of the hard times.
Yeah, look, that's Michael Che, vintage Michael Che right there. He'll tell the joke where you look and go, can I laugh at this?
Or just go like, ooh.
He's really good. It's a big night for women last night, huh?
It was. So Claire Foy, she won for her role on The Crown. That is a popular series on Netflix. Really, really cool. I'm probably on like season 2. It's like a lot to get through. And Tandy Newton, she won for Westworld. Looked amazing.
She's so classy.
In her dress.
She's just like, she's vintage Hollywood. I know I keep using that vintage word, but
she
like,
looks vintage.
She's so
Hollywood.
regal.
Yeah, she is.
Well, she does. She holds it. I mean, you watch Westworld too. She should get an Academy Award. Like, she's such a powerhouse, such like a feminist. I saw her on The Daily Show talking about things, and also she's like naked most of the time on that show.
Yeah.
And her acting is still the focus. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Yeah, and she looks amazing after having a kid.
Yeah.
All right, Regina King, she took home gold for 7 seconds. That was
love
another
her.
series.
I've always loved Regina King.
On TV, I know. And for her to be recognized, this is her first Emmy, for her to be recognized is extremely, she deserves it 100%. And that was a good series.
The show didn't even get, but the show didn't make it.
It didn't even get renewed. No.
Yeah, so for her to win on a show that didn't receive the acclaim speaks to really how powerful her job was and what she did there.
And you mentioned a lot of these winners. They're also on a lot of like streaming shows. Did you notice that like a lot of like Netflix
had the most nominations out of TV, out of cable, Hulu,
yeah,
all the other
remember when HBO came along and it was dominating? Everyone's like, whoa, this is like cable's really taking over.
What's this cable?
It's gone one step further now where it's Netflix, and now that TV relevance you're talking about, it's kind of like, well, do you really need it? If you could just subscribe to something like Netflix, where clearly all of it is, and Hulu with Handmaid's Tale, it almost feels like...
Yes, you do need it, because how are you going to watch the jam?
That's right.
100%.
We should also mention that RuPaul's Drag Race won for Best Reality Series.
Oh
Isn't that
Love
awesome?
RuPaul. Love
that
RuPaul.
means also a lot for the LGBT community and just what that show plays, what the role that it plays in society. Just kind of shedding light and also educating people.
Yeah, keep in mind Queer Eye for the Straight Guy
they were there.
won Creative Emmys too. So definitely a wide representation of winners, which is always good for any awards show, especially in the climate we're in today.
RuPaul's been around a long time. He deserves that.
Also the Versace as well. I mean, that one as well. I mean, I think it was a great
documentary,
the
documentary, the story told on FX was really good. They've done a good job with that. The O.J. Simpson one before that. They've had a couple of hits there at FX. But again, I got to say, I truly think it was a boring award show overall. I love the winners. The winners sometimes carried the day. But in terms of the skits, in terms of the presenters, I just think it wasn't a memorable one.
Except the musical, right?
It wasn't memorable.
You don't love musicals?
I didn't love it like that.
Okay.